homerjnick here with another update to Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition or Eternal Collection on consoles for Season 11. In my previous video, which I'll add a link to in the description of this video, I gave an update on the two major exploits that existed in the game that affected Season 10 on consoles, and it seemed like they were going to be fixed for Season 11. The exploit in duplicating items, well, we won't know if that's truly fixed until Season 11 starts on July the 20th, but it's safe to say that it should be fixed, as I mentioned in my previous video, that since it appears in the patch notes, that Blizzard have indeed fixed that. The other exploit, which involves going to the blacksmith, crafting yellow rares, and then upgrading them in Kanaya's cube to legendaries, not liking what you get, quitting the game without saving and reloading to get your materials back and then trying again until you got primals, well, that seemed fixed in patch 2.6. And that exploit I mentioned in detail in another video, which I'll also add in the description to this video. But in my last video I did report that it was perhaps semi-fixed, and that there may be a possibility to have been able to change the seeded number it used in the random number generator, or RNG if you will, and thus the exploit may still work in Season 11. Well, after some testing, sadly that is indeed the case. The exploit in Season 10 can still be done in Season 11, and I want to show how to do that, and I want Blizzard to fix it. I've already submitted a bug report to Blizzard. They have a week to sort this for Season 11. Otherwise, the leaderboards in Season 11, sadly, are going to be full of people like this, who will have primals in pretty much every slot. And that just ruins the game for everybody. That's just not fair. And we don't want that in Season 11. So let's back up a little bit. When Season 10 came to consoles in patch 2.5, Blizzard did introduce a sort of kind of anti-cheat mechanism to counter reloading save files. If you spent your shards at Kadala, or you went to Kanaya's cube and reforged the legendaries, and you didn't like what you got and you quit the game without saving, reloaded your save, got your shards or your reforging materials back, and you spent them again, well, you would always get the same results. But as we know, and as I detailed, an exploit in Season 10 where you could craft yellow rares and upgrade them in the cube meant you got different results each time. And that meant that people spent a couple of days simply crafting yellow rares, upgrading them, not liking what they got, and reloading their saves until they got primals. And they got 13 primals in their build. Now, in 2.6, Blizzard have actually extended the anti-cheat mechanism to include yellow rare items. So now in 2.6, if you craft a yellow rare item in the blacksmith, go down to the Kanaya's cube and upgrade it to a legendary, don't like what you get, close the game down without saving and reload, and then repeat the process for crafting yellow rares and re-upgrading them again, you will always get the same results. So it does seem as though it's using some sort of seeded number in the random number generator to give you that item. And so, hence why in a previous video we thought it was fixed. But now, for the Season 11 exploit. It's very easy to change the seeded number so that you do get different results each time you craft yellow rares and upgrade them in Kanaya's cube. Meaning once again, players in Season 11 can endlessly upgrade until they get the primal versions of the items they want. So I want to detail that process in an attempt to get Blizzard to fix it. So let's go through that process now. Okay, so let's do the exploit in Season 11 then. First off, let's take a note of my crafting materials used in upgrading rares. There's my values there. 34,000 reasonable parts, 25,000 arcane dust, 2,200 of veiled crystals, and 2,700 of death breaths. Those are the crafting materials used in upgrading rares. So I will be closing my game down and getting those materials back to show you the exploit. So, let's pretend for my monk that I want a primal amulet. So I'm going to craft 3 yellow rare amulets, and then I'm going to take them to Kanaya's cube and upgrade them and to get legendaries. Let's take a note of what I get and the stats that I get with them. The first one, there we go, energy trap, 652 dex. The second one, Ancient Traveller's Pledge, 851 dex, 20 holy skill. The final one is Sunmuko Shines with 646 dexterity. Let's say I don't like that, so I'm now going to close the game down and do that again. Okay, so I've restarted my game, I've got my materials back, and just to show you that you don't need to use even the same character, if I choose a different monk, a different character, it's got to be the same class, but a different character, and go into the game and craft my yellow rares again, let's see what happens. Amulets, we'll craft 3 yellow rares, 1, 2, 3. Let's upgrade them in Kanaya's cube. Well, there we go. 652 dex, energy trap. The next one was an Ancient Traveller's Pledge. There we go. 851 dex, 20 holy. And of course the last one was Sunmuko Shines with 646 dex. So even with a different character of the same class, Blizzard have extended the anti-cheat mechanism to counter even crafting yellow rares. So all seems well. Everything seems good for Season 11. Let me show you how you can break that so you get different items. I'm now going to close my game down again and go back in the game. Okay, so that's me back in the game. So how do you change the seed so that you do get different results when you upgrade rares to legendaries? As I showed, even if you choose a different character of the same class, you get the same results. Well, the answer is very simple. Choose a different class. If you don't have a different class in Seasons, simply create a level 1 character that is a different class. Then go into the game and create 1 yellow rare of the item that you're looking for, and then upgrade that in the Kanaya's cube. So that's what we're going to do here with my necromancer. He's a different class to the monk, so what I'm going to do is create 1 yellow amulet that is rare. I'm going to upgrade it to a legendary, and then I'm going to exit the game. Remember, I'm not playing the necromancer, it's the monk that I'm looking for a primal amulet for. So when I closed the game and reloaded and tried again with my monk, I got the same results. But the fact that I've done that with a different class, with just 1 item, if I now again craft 3 yellow amulets and upgrade them in Kanaya's cube, you will notice that I no longer get the same results. Is that an energy trap? No. Is that an Ancient Traveller's Pledge? No. Is that Sunmuko Shines? No. And therein lies the exploit. I can change the seed that is used to create legendaries from upgrading rares by simply going to a different class and creating one item. Now for sure, to do that in a different class, it does cost me 25 death breaths, 50 reusable parts, 50 arcane dust, 50 veiled crystals. But those things are easy to get. And so I can simply just keep doing that to reset the seed to therefore get different results each time I close the game down. So the summary then. In patch 2.6, Blizzard extended the anti-cheat mechanism so that when you went to the blacksmith and crafted a yellow rare item, upgraded it in the cube, didn't get a primal, closed the game down without saving and reloaded, and repeated the process of crafting a yellow rare and upgrading, you got the same results. As I've just shown, you can get different results by not using the character or the class, that you're looking for the gear, but choose a different class and create one version. Whatever item you're looking for, create a yellow rare of it and upgrade that in the cube. Save the game, and that changes the seed used to generate items from upgrading rares, meaning that when you go back in with your main character and repeat the process, you will get different items. Now for sure, each time you reset the seed, it is going to cost you 25 death breaths, 50 reusable parts, 50 arcane dust, and 50 veiled crystal. But these items are very easy to get compared to the bounty crafting materials required for reforging. You will not run out of these. So if I've got enough of these materials to upgrade 20 yellow rares and I don't get what I want, and I close the game down and I choose my different class and create the one version of the yellow rare and upgrade, then when I go back to my main character, for sure I can't do 20 yellow rares. I can now do only 19 because I've consumed some of these materials to change the seed. But when these materials are easy to get, that doesn't matter. I still can change the seed and get different results. Meaning, much like Season 10, Season 11 will still be full of people who can endlessly re-roll rares into legendaries to get primal gear. That's a lazy way to fix this exploit that Blizzard have done. There are better ways to do it. I've notified Blizzard of this exploit. I hope they fix it before Season 11. I'm homerjnick, and I'm out of here.